The Searching Minds Workshop Manual came out of the Healthy Bikers Workshop Manual. It was an idea that I had that sprouted from the fact that no matter what you do for your health, one day you've got to croak. You've got to kick the bucket. I don't like to say die because dying is final. And I think I was taught in science that you cannot destroy energy, and everything is energy. Either Newton's first law of thermodynamics or Newton's third law of thermodynamics. One of the two. You cannot destroy energy, and Einstein says, or said, everything is energy. That is a given now. We know that everything in the body that we are is made up of energy. And that is science. All the way down to your bosons and your quarks and your leptons and your muons and your freons, klingons. So if what we are cannot be destroyed, and let's face it, the mind is just an outer layer of ourselves. We look through the mind and therefore we see the mind. If it cannot be destroyed, what happens to it? If it cannot be destroyed, what happens to it? Well, that's something that we will be delving into. So what is it that our minds search for? We search for fulfillment. We do things for fulfillment. We look for a life partner for fulfillment. We buy stuff. We search online. We're all looking for something. It could just be happiness. Maybe we're all just looking for happiness. Whatever, we are all searching. But we have to peel away the layers and scrape off the outside to get to the truth. If it were obvious, we'd have all found it by now. So, although the Healthy Bikers Workshop Manual was about what goes on inside here, this will be about what goes on inside here. Without any further farting about, let's get into it. If you can convince yourself that everything that happens in the universe happens for your benefit, then anything that does happen that you don't like will turn into something good. Take this little fiasco. Somebody decided they wanted my bike more than I did and just cut the wires. That seemed to be a bad thing. But I discovered on Facebook this. Very nice. I like it. And so I bought it. Which means, for me, something that would normally be counted as being bad, i.e. a bike theft or an attempted bike theft, turned out to be something good. I actually got the bike I didn't realise I wanted. Now I've got too many bikes. That could be seen as a bad thing. Or a good thing. It depends on your perspective. But what I'm really trying to say is there is no such thing as good or bad. You can take a knife and you can either cut out a tumour or you can stab somebody in the heart. The knife itself is neither good nor bad. The action, neither good nor bad. It is just an action. So this is the first thing I want to talk about, and that is reality that we see is made up of duality. It's only made up of duality because that's the way the mind works. It works in left and right, up and down, black and white, good and bad, hot and cold. You get the drift. And so we tend to label things as good and bad. Whereas in reality, if we were to step back and take away the label, the thing is just the thing. It is what it is. If you can get the "it is what it is" attitude to stick, then you'll be less likely to be upset by things. You can end up being not happier, not through doing that, but not sadder either. You just end up on an even keel. No highs and lows. Just a nice medium flow through life. Relaxed. We'll talk about how to be happy later. That'll be in another edition. But for now, just think about the labels we put on things and whether they really apply deep down at the deepest sense. Yes, you'll be able to find instances of what you say is bad. Hitler was bad. You know, all these... Hannibal Lecter was bad. But Hannibal Lecter was good too. He managed to save lives. He managed to take lives. I'm sure in some way Hitler saved lives. Well, he did. He was a vegetarian. So there's a lot of pigs around that... Well, there would have been a lot of pigs around that wouldn't have been around if it wasn't for him. I'm not saying he would have eaten a lot of pigs. Well, maybe I am. I don't know. It's getting complicated now. Just think about it.